actually. The Guardian newspaper here reporting Nigerian businesses shun IPOs raise 3.09 trillion naira via commercial papers. Also in the Guardian newspaper, Nigeria seeks share from $11.5 trillion global digital economy. All right, so away from financial news this morning. Here, Africa records 44%, 20% surge in COVID-19 cases, deaths in 1 week. All right, of course, we all know that news about COVID-19 has sort of been not been in the news recently, and of course that's thankfully to the numbers that are going down in Nigeria. And you know how people say, I don't know what we're doing right, but we're definitely doing something. Well, thank God we're not hearing about people dying to COVID-19 like we did last year. All right. So, but then I think that we must continue to still do the right thing. From what I hear, they have started vaccinating again. If you haven't been vaccinated, please go out and get it. I want to know, if you haven't been vaccinated and you don't plan to, what your reasons are. So if you can text me real quickly, let me know. People's reasons have ranged from, there's something diabolical about it, to they did it too fast and I don't trust them, etc. So I've heard all sorts of reasons, but I want to know your reasons. If you haven't been vaccinated yet, why? Perhaps you've gone there and they're still turning you back. Let us know. All right, let's move on to the Vanguard newspaper and take more stories this morning from the Vanguard newspaper. Drop press regulation, allow free speech, media bodies tell representatives. Media organizations and groups yesterday asked the House of Representatives to drop all press regulations bills before it, arguing that clauses contained in them discourage freedom of speech and press in the country. The House Committee on Information, National Orientation, Ethics and Values, which organized the hearing on the bill, however, insisted on going ahead with the exercise. The committee had organized the hearing on 5 bills, including the bill for an act to amend the Nigerian Press Council Act, laws of the Federation of Nigeria 2004, to remove bottlenecks affecting its performance and make the council in tune with current realities in regulating the press and for related matters. At the opening of the event, Chairman of the committee, Olusegun Odebumi, apologized to the media bodies, especially NPAN, which protested on Wednesday over exclusion from the exercise, noting that an open invitation to the event was extended to stakeholders. Now, the editor-in-chief of leadership newspapers, Azubuike Ishekwene, who represented the NPO, stated that contrary to the claim of an open invitation by the committee, the organization did not receive any notification that would have enabled it to engage the lawmakers and Nigerians robustly on the bill. He said there is a matter, and I'm sure that as stewards of the people and the law, you're aware that there is a pending matter between the NPO and some parties involved in the legislation. This is why a negotiated conversation seems to us to be a way to deal with it, because there's a matter pending before the Supreme Court. The last time it came up in 2010, it is a matter that has actually been pending since 1999. Odebumi, however, argued that the House was doing its constitutional job. He said, I'm very sure that no court will restrain us from doing the job. He noted that while the lawmakers would not stop anybody from going ahead with the judicial process, the lawmakers had the mandate of Nigerians to amend laws. It is not about the matter in court. It is an act of the National Assembly, and we deemed it fit to amend it, and we're doing it. It does not stop you from what you're doing, but this is the position of the National Assembly, he stated. All right, so you have to read the full story to get better clarity on this. We don't have much time, but hopefully, perhaps at 8 o'clock, maybe will be one of the things that we'll discuss. At 8 o'clock, I'll be joined by the rest of the breakfast hosts. That is Oluwaseun Akinola and Charity Jerome will be joining me, and of course we'll be making up the breakfast gang today at 8 o'clock. We'll be looking at stories that made headlines this week. All right, so you want to join us? It's always an interesting conversation with us three, and of course we look forward to having you. All right, let's move to the Tribune newspaper. NSAS, #NSAS, NEC to review judicial panel's reports on police brutality. Also in papers this morning, court bars Akeredolu from investigating chief judge. It's breaking news this morning. Court bars Akeredolu from investigating chief judge. It's in the Tribune newspaper. And it says Justice Inyang Ekwo of the Federal High Court, Abuja, on Thursday, barred the governor of Ondo State, Rotimi Akeredolu, from investigating the chief judge of the state over a viral video made by a citizen of the state, Olupelumi Fagboyegun. The Ondo State Chief Judge, Justice Oluwatoyin Akeredolu, had sued the governor, the Attorney General of Ondo State, and the House of Assembly, seeking to stop them from proceeding with the planned probe and equally bar the AGF, NGF, and the IGP from acting on any reports submitted to them by the Ondo State government pending the determination of the main suit. Recall that Justice Eko had on February 25th, 2021, restrained the governor and all the defendants from taking any further steps in relation to the alleged probe of the state chief judge over the viral video. All right, that's an interesting one this morning from the Tribune newspaper. Also in the papers this morning, breaking: bandits abduct several female students of FGGC, Yawuri. All right, that's also... not so great news this morning. Bandits have abducted several female students of Federal Government Girls' School, Yawuri, in Kebbi State. The source, who pleaded for anonymity, remarked that the bandits broke into the school premises on Thursday afternoon in police mufti. He pointed a gun at the school guards and asked them for the girls' hostel. He said before you know what was happening, the bandits invaded the school and started abducting female students. According to him, the bandits took several students out of the school, adding that the number of students that were abducted is not known to the school authorities. And of course, we'll await further details as this story develops. But I mean, every day it's become an everyday occurrence where we hear about banditry, kidnapping, abductions, etc. I wonder when it will stop. I wonder when we'll be able to figure out how to make this stop. And I really do hope that, someone comes with, someone comes up with something, because this is definitely getting too much. All right, still straight from the dailies, the bonus edition. Thank you for being here with us. Of course, we're looking at the stories making headlines this morning. We will not be able to take your calls. It's just us highlighting the stories making headline. But at 8 o'clock, I know you'll enjoy joining us as we discuss some of the stories that made headlines this week on the Breakfast Gang. So join me, Charity Jerome, and Oluwaseun Akinola as we do that at 8 o'clock. All right, also in the papers this morning, I'm sure we all saw the viral video of all of the happenings in Iwo Road and around Ibadan. Iwo Road in Ibadan. It's very unfortunate. We thought we bade farewell to a lot of this, violence and, brigandage, as they call it. Governor Seyi Makinde of Oyo State on Thursday ordered investigations into the mayhem that broke out on Wednesday between cell phone sellers and suspected hoodlums at Iwo Road in Ibadan. Makinde made this known on Thursday when he visited the scene, saying the investigation was to ensure that everyone involved in the dastardly act is brought to book. The governor, accompanied by the Commissioner of Police, Mrs. Ngozi, and other senior security agents, described the mayhem that claimed the life of one person as unfortunate. Makinde, while addressing the traders, promised that such incident would never happen again. In the meantime, we will sanitize the whole area, that is Iwo Road, where cultists congregate, and also review the park management system. He directed the phone sellers to choose representatives who would discuss how his government could assist them. The news agency of Nigeria reports that there was pandemonium around the Iwo Road area on Wednesday evening as some park managers allegedly clashed with some cell phone retailers, leading to killing of one person. A shopping complex housing the phone sellers was vandalized, while cell phones and the accessories, among other valuables, were destroyed in the process. I know I saw a video where the governor had gone there to address him, and it is definitely a good one. The fact that he's gone there to speak to them, and he's shown that he wants to listen to them and he wants to hear them, is definitely a good thing and a good sign. But definitely more needs to be done in order to not just put a band-aid over this wound. A lot of people have said he needs to sort of follow the blueprint of the past administration in order to see how they were able to keep the peace for 8 years. So he might need to, follow their blueprint or come up with something. Ibadan is not a place where we want, violence of that sort or attacks and stuff like that to start happening again. So, but then we'll definitely keep our eyes peeled, and we hope that the governor will definitely get a permanent resolution to ensure that there's peace once again in Ibadan. All right, also in the papers this morning, from the Vanguard newspaper, Boko Haram confirms Shekau's death. That's also in the papers this morning. We'll also find the paper, I remain indebted to Nigerians for love shown to me, says President Buhari. All right, I'll race through real quickly. I haven't got too much time left, but thank you to all of those who are watching on Facebook. Thank you for watching. Thank you very much. I appreciate you. And if you have something to say, how about you go into the comment section, comment box, and share your thoughts and contributions. I'm actually making my way right now to you and to read your comments. So if you have a comment there, ensure you put it in the comment box. Okay, thank you very much. And hey, would love to have you share the video as well. So I know it's almost over. All right, Ara Tumisheoludoye. Thank you, Ara Tumisheoludoye. Thank you so much. Fiz Abiola, good morning to you too. Ara, thank you so much. God bless Splash 105.5 FM Omoluabi, and God bless you too. I really appreciate you watching. I really appreciate your comments as well. So that's all that we have on Straight From Idaily's the bonus edition. We've got Sports Bang at 7:30, and then at 8 we're back with the rest of the Breakfast Gang, where we're going to be looking at some of the stories that make headlines this week. It's going to be a fun conversation, an interesting conversation, an eye-opening conversation. So we want you to definitely tune in and be a part of the program. I'm Ronke Giwa Onafuwa. Catch you at 8. Don't go away.
Splash FM 105.5.
What do you need na safeguard?
Children that like to the play.
Them like to the play.
Small pigs that must jolly oh.
Them like to the jolly oh.
But remember one thing, protect them with safeguard so. Protect them with safeguard. Protect them with safeguard so. From the teen yama yama, so the future go better.
Safeguard antibacterial soap. They come out every yama for body. It also they available for 50-gram size.
Dúró sórí àlà gbáradì ó ti yá bẹ̀rẹ̀ oṣù tuntun pẹ̀lú soccer ready promo tó kà màmá pẹ̀lú Samsung ra èyíkéyìí Galaxy S21 olóríṣiríṣi kó o sì gba Buds Live kan wàá tún gba Bluetooth headset lórí gbogbo Galaxy A32 àti àpò alágbèékẹ́yìn backpack tó bá ra A12 àwọn àǹfààní tó kà màmá wà tó bá ra Galaxy A02 náà ìfilọ́lẹ̀ yìí bẹ̀rẹ̀ láti ọjọ́ 4 oṣù kẹfà di ọjọ́ 2 oṣù kejì ọdún 2021 tààrà ṣàṣà àǹfààní yìí wà títí ọjà ó fi tán lẹ̀ àdéhùn àti àsọtẹ́lẹ̀ ń bẹ o.
Here, Papa Obi. Now what in they shake you again like leaf? Chai! Sweater and handkerchief never come off from your hands since I married you.
Na code and kata again oh.
I don't tell you, say make you take Procode, but in the form of big man.
Why Procode, my dear?
Make no wakame sorodo. Procode get paracetamol and phenylephrine for effective relief from cold and catarrh within 20 minutes.
Mama Obi, I dey campaign now.
Now, Orange Drugs Limited distributor. If symptoms never stop after 3 days, make you waka go see your doctor. Procode, na better medicine.
Take Procode. Take Procode.
To be cleaner than they've ever been.
Ariel is worth it. Well, Ariel is worth it.
One wash removes 99.9% germs and eliminates tough stains.
Well, Ariel is worth it.
Oh, yeah, protect your clothes and your family too. You know how much that's worth to you, yeah.
Ariel is worth it. Well,
Orúkọ mi ni Àbíkẹ́. Gbogbo ìgbà ni mo máa ń lóyún kí ọmọ ọwọ́ mi ó tó pé oṣù mẹ́fà. Kò rọrùn fún mi rárá o. Mo wá bẹ̀rẹ̀ sí ní yẹra fọ́kọ mi. Èyí wá fa ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ìjà láàrin wa.